We're live. We're live. It's gonna happen tonight.
Yeah.
Both
You
the
would
boys
have that
are crazy.
mute button.
I'll have it as quick as I can tonight. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and share. Love you, Nolan. We're live.
Oh, I gotta turn you down.
Start a watch party. Watch party has been started.
Let's see.
We're getting people in. Hello, everybody. It's been a while.
Been a while.
Oh.
Live from Caesar's Palace. I mean, close, but
Let's get ready to rumble.
what's up, Benton? How's it going, dude? It's one of the kids that I coached in football.
Oh, sweet.
Hey.
He's gonna be the next Timmy Riggs.
Hope not.
Yeah, I know. He's probably not the best role
Just
model.
on the football field.
Yeah, that sounds good.
On the field. All right, I'm gonna start the countdown, and then we can get started.
All right, man.
Hello and welcome back to the Screen Addicts podcast. It has been a while, but we are here. We have not left you, we promise. And as always, I am one of your hosts, Chris Villegas.
I am Cinema Steven Sosa.
And I am Jeremy the Movie Man.
Man, see, y'all keep having good. I need to find me one.
See, the secret now is just constant nicknames,
Yeah,
whereas we used to have a nickname that pertained to the topic or something.
Yeah, and
You
now
could be Camera Chris.
I don't like it.
I know.
It doesn't roll off the tongue like
It's
a
photography
cinema
podcast.
like a Cinema Steve or a Movie Man Marsh.
Yeah, that's true.
I gotta find my jam.
We'll
But
find you.
we'll find it. Well, fellas, it's been a minute.
hmm
It has been a minute. How have y'all been?
Pretty good. I think a minute translates to a year because it feels like it's been a year
Oh,
since we
man.
last recorded.
It has been a while. It's like we had our own little quarantine that we had to do, even though we've never been in the same room together.
Yeah.
So, but life gets busy, and the good thing about this podcast is we can take a little break and come back and act like no time has passed.
This is true. So we pretty much had a blizzard over there, or we didn't. You guys did.
You
That
just
kinda
watched
derailed.
us on the Weather Channel.
You got to watch and laugh down there.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy. Hey, we have our fair share of shitty weather, so
Well, I mean,
But-
it's give and take. I mean, we get the snow and the ice. You have to deal with hurricanes and all that crap. So you can't. It's give and take. So, but I'm glad everything is somewhat back to normal now.
That's good.
We have defrosted here. We have. It was 72 today, so
That's
Yeah.
good.
I was wearing shorts and watering my yard today, so I think we're good.
And then you deal with the defrost only to remember that we're still dealing with the pandemic as it is.
Right. And, apparently Texas is thinking that, this big frost just killed everything. So we're good.
It was a nuclear winter. It wiped out every disease and virus. It's like sunshine.
Apparently not enough people died during the polar vortex, so you just got to remove the mask mandate. So
they thought they were frozen, so they thawed out.
But man, it's been so long since we put out an episode. We decided today to just kind of catch up. Okay, we're not necessarily any specific topic, but we want to talk about all the things, everything that we've been watching, which has been a lot. I mean, hell, we were cooped up in the house for a week because the kids and everybody here during the ice storm, the polar vortex, school got canceled, all that stuff. So it's all good. But it let us watch a lot of movies and a lot of things. And my wife took a journey during this ice storm, and I'll have to let y'all in on that one when it comes my turn. But let's go ahead and get started on what we've been watching. Jeremy, take it away, my man. What do you have?
Okay, well, I'll start off. I watched Willy's Wonderland, new Nick Cage movie.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. It's awesome. And, the guy just, he can do things with his face that not many other people can. Because I've never seen a movie where the lead actor has 0 lines and he's still batshit awesome.
Yeah. Well, you did notice that they gave him some kind of quirks. Like, I feel like he had not necessarily autism or Asperger's, but they allude to that because he keeps on his routine of having his soda and drinking his drinking his soda and playing his pinball game on the hour, every hour. And it's just so funny because there's even a scene where he's going to kill one of the machine things and his alarm clock goes off and he's still keeping with that routine. And he changes his bloody t-shirt after he's murdered one of those machine things.
So gets covered in oil. And
I thought that was about the most character depth Cage has had in any movie in the last few years, Mandy aside. But even in Mandy, he wasn't very character driven, I guess. He was just kind of there. But yeah.
Have you watched Color Out of Space yet?
Oh yeah, of course. And we've talked about it.
Okay, there's more character development than
that. I think that lends its way to the script too, because there's just more going on in that. Whereas Mandy's just more of a one-noted plot line, and then you have a lot of visual imagery. But Willy's Wonderland, I thought was going to be kind of like that, but it was more campy than anything, and it was pretty interesting. The concept of it was very child's play, serial killers going into the machines via cursed spirits. I mean, it's just ridiculous, but this is definitely your forte.
It was total Cage. It was awesome. It's a fun 90-minute movie.
That's true. It was quick.
It's 90 minutes. In, out, and you're done. And I also watched Paul W.S. Anderson's newest video game movie, Monster Hunter.
Good Lord.
Oh, dear God.
I mean,
should I put it off? Because I've been wanting to watch it.
I would watch it.
I mean, go ahead. It's got some cool CGI scenes.
Mm-hmm.
If you want a plot, you're not going to find it. And as far as the story goes, you're not really going to find it there either. It's just cool CGI here and there, and yeah, Mila Jovovich killing monsters.
So it's basically Resident Evil 10.
I was about to say Resident Evil. Then you're good.
There you go. Except these zombies are bigger.
And if you're a fan of the game, it has nothing to do with the game. Like, it's so far off from how it looks and everything. So
it's pretty much like most all Paul Anderson's video game adaptations. They're way off.
Right. I mean, they're not as way off as Yui Bowls or anything. But
oh, no. His are just out there.
At least Anderson's video game films are a little bit more palatable. You know, you can watch them a little bit easier.
Yeah. Those are at least watchable.
Yeah.
And I watched Nomadland, Frances McDormand's new...
The big Golden Globe winner.
The Golden Globe winner, the winner of everything pretty much this award season. So.
It got picture and director, and McDormand won too, right? Okay.
No.
Oh, she did
that. That went to Anna Joy Gray.
But that wasn't for. That was for Queen's Gambit. They put Queen's Gambit in TV.
I think no. I think. What's your name? Won for movie.
I'm pretty sure she won too. I know Anya Taylor-Joy won for the miniseries television movie or whatever.
Yeah,
but I'm pretty sure she won.
To the Googles.
Yeah, fact check.
The Googles.
I know Rosamund Pike won for I Care a Lot, but I don't know if she beat Frances McDormand. I don't know if they were in the same category because the Globes do that. They split up the categories. They have it in comedy, musical, and then drama, which is really weird. But I'm pretty sure she won. Jeremy's like, he said, "The hell with my pick. I'm gonna get down to the bottom of this."
I'm scrolling, damn it.
Did you find anything in your search? In your journey to the answers?
I'm scrolling. There's a lot of damn.
It's Best Actress. It should be right at the top.
I was about to say it's at the top, isn't it?
One of the main categories.
No.
Because I, to be honest with you, I fell asleep because I was working that day, and I got home and I'm going to take a nap. Mm-hmm. And I asked Sonia to wake me up at 7 so I could watch the Globes, and she forgot. Or she just wanted me to sleep, and I literally slept through the entire ceremony, which coincidentally, so did a lot of viewers because it was the lowest rated Golden Globes in the history of the show, which is pretty crazy.
Andrea Day won.
Andrea Day, the United States versus Billie Holiday. For Best Actress in a Motion Picture. Dude, that took us way damn longer than that should have.
That was pretty
really
sad.
Did.
We're the Screen Addicts. We should have had a list of the winners. But I mean, at least we got down to the bottom of it. I won't ask you who won Best Actor.
Sasha Baron Cohen.
Yeah.
Comedy. I think Chadwick Boseman.
And they gave it to Chadwick too.
That's how screwed up the Globes are. It's like they have all these different categories because they want to appeal to all of their celebrities that they're big fans of because it's a Hollywood Foreign Press. So they're not like the most, not necessarily diverse, but they're not the most critical of thinking. They just kind of vote who they like. Although some of those awards have merit. But so what else did you watch, Jeremy?
Oh,
he's just looking up the damn winners now. That's all he wants to read.
He's like, to hell with this.
I was just seeing what else was on there. Anyway, the last thing I watched was WandaVision. WandaVision's the last thing I got, like everybody else on the planet that has Disney Plus.
First, before we get into WandaVision, you're a liar that it was the last thing you watched, because when you got on this show, you were watching BattleBots on your TV. All right.
Oh, I turned that shit off.
That counts, though.
Hey, man, BattleBots is pretty cool. That's pretty good.
It's fun. I like BattleBots.
I was telling Jeremy, I actually marvel at the engineering that it takes to construct one of those BattleBots. I mean, it's pretty impressive.
It's not a cheap thing to do either. Those things cost anywhere from $5,000 to $10,000 a piece.
Yeah. Oh, easily. And then they have those geniuses from MIT and all of these other advanced schools putting it together. It's bastards.
And you got to have deep pockets to put them all back together once they get screwed up.
Right.
You know, it's like a crash car derby.
Yeah, that's true.
For robots.
Right.
Anyway,
resources for that.
Let's get past BattleBots. We're getting past BattleBots, man. Come on.
This is the real
you started it.
I know, but I just wanted the people to know you do have a wider range, and sometimes you forget to say what you were watching.
Sometimes it's been a week. Intentionally forget.
It could be a week. It could be a month. It could be a year. Jeremy's gonna only have 3 things that he wants.
Yep.
And I like to cut my list down and make it manageable so you guys can have your time.
Well, I appreciate your sacrifice because I do not do that.
No, you don't.
The only way Steven marks off stuff is like crap. They already said that. Crap. They said that one too. But the big one right now, okay, WandaVision.
Yes.
Like Jeremy said, anybody that has Disney Plus has been watching WandaVision. Mm-hmm. And I have to admit, I'll be the first to admit, I was so wrong about the show at the beginning. I talked so much crap on this show at the beginning, and both of y'all were like, just wait. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, all right. I can't go against my fellow screen addicts and just bash it. I'll wait. And holy shit. Mm-hmm. Dude, it is so good. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And I can't as much hate as I have for the MCU. I can't hate on this one.
Sure doesn't sound like it. Every time
I know. I can't hate. No, I'll talk shit on all the other ones all day long. But this one, no, I can't.
Mm-hmm. No, you can't.
I'm glad you represent that group of people that were so short-sighted on it, because I had friends too that were texting me asking me, what the hell is this? What are we watching? This doesn't make any sense. And I said, It's a television series, man. It's not going to make sense right in the first 30 minutes. It's a, 10 episode series. 9 episode series, and it's 9 hours. You have to let it marinate, if you will, to use a steak cooking pun.
There you go. Now you're talking my language.
Right. Yeah. So it only makes sense that if you continue to watch, that's Marvel's reward for your patience, is this amazing turn in the story. And I know there's some people, very few, mind you, that haven't watched it yet, but for the sake of them, I won't get deep spoilers, but the turn that happens halfway, a third of the way, even the last episode, I agree. I think it's great. I think she's great. Elizabeth Olsen, has a character that, much like a lot of Marvel, has a lot of these second, third tier characters that are able to now carry their own movies. And nobody ever thought. I always look at Ant-Man for that, But here she is. She has Scarlet Witch has her own television show, and it's great. And that was one thing that I was wanting to talk to you guys about was WandaVision. And, because every episode was passing, I'm like, oh my God, we could have really dissected that one. But I agree with you, Chris. That's good stuff.
And show of hands, who knew that Elizabeth Olsen was the younger sibling of Mary-Kate and Ashley? No, fuck y'all, man. Y'all lying asses, man.
Come on, Chris.
Dude,
dude.
I didn't put that together at all.
It's only because there were movies that she was in prior to her roles in the Marvel Universe. Like, for example, there was a movie that she did before called Martha May, Marlene, Marsha, something, where she plays a girl who leaves a cult, and the cult pretty much chases her to her home in this like river cabin type of a deal. And she got a lot of acclaim for that part. And she had done a couple of indies prior to that as well. So it's like, oh, Olsen. And then she's doing the interviews because she's starting to get popular now. So then they say, oh, well, you're the younger sibling to Mary-Kate and Ashley, which I'm sure she loved, because I read in one of those like little snippets on Instagram where they were saying she wanted to change her last name and go by her middle name as to not be confused with them. And what's funny is, like, she, in my opinion, has achieved more critical success than either two of those did. Maybe not as much money, but because that Mary-Kate Ashley gambit in the 90s was massive.
And their clothing line.
They have their own empire now.
Right.
So,
I mean, I don't know. It's surprising they never did anything with it, but I guess they don't need to.
No.
They wanted to be fashion designers, and they're apparently really good at it.
Yeah, apparently.
I don't know. But, man, that I found that out, I would say, about 2 weeks ago, and I was all,
you're kidding.
What?
Just yes. You didn't really know that?
No, because again, I'm not vested into the MCU like you two are. So I don't go out and like, I knew she was good in the movies. I just didn't pay attention. I didn't really watch the name all that much until WandaVision. So when all right, let me look more into it, because I know Paul Bettany. I mean, Paul Bettany's great outside of the MCU.
That's Chaucer, baby.
Yeah, of course. and then when I think I heard it like on E! News or something, and I was like, no, that's bullshit. They're lying. This has to be fake news. I go and look it up, and I'm like, wow, she doesn't even look like her sisters.
No, not at all.
Not really. She's taller than both of them.
And hotter than both of them.
A billion times.
Too.
So it was just, wow. But besides all that going on, the way they have built this show up, man, like I said, from the beginning, it's like, what the hell really is this? It's so freaking genius, because to me, you have these slow build-up moments at the beginning that once you reach to where you are now, you're like, well, shit, I got to go back and watch this again so I can pick up on all these little bitty things that they're now like, oh, look, we'll flash back to this episode because you might have missed this little thing that was the hint to where we are now. And I'm like, well, hell yes, I missed that. And it could just the fact that you can put that into a story and be able to say, hey, and make the audience go back and rewatch and then rewatch again. It's freaking genius. Freaking amazing.
I think one of the bigger surprises in it was Evan Peters showing up as Quicksilver, whereas Aaron Taylor Johnson, who played Quicksilver in Avengers Age of Ultron with her in her introduction, And when I thought it was him, I thought it was going to be Aaron Taylor Johnson, kick ass himself. And then when they showed Evan Peters, I thought, what? This is the first time that anyone from the X-Men franchise has crossed over into the MCU. Because as many people know, the X-Men were owned by Fox, and they were not having any leeway in letting any of the characters come play in the MCU, even though Kevin Feige lobbied for Wolverine and all these other characters, and they didn't relinquish any rights. So for him to cross over and be that first character really not only solidifies that partnership. I mean, not partnership. Fox is now owned by Disney.
Right.
So now you can see this world coming together. And it also opens up the concept of the multiverse for Marvel, which was stolen from DC. And but yeah, and it's pretty great. You know, I think that it's cool that they're getting to do that. And I was telling Jeremy, I was like, just please. I know he said he's done with the character, but Hugh Jackman has got to be Wolverine at least one more time in some capacity with the MCU. He has to be solidified in this group, and he has to come back. And I love that Deadpool's still around, because
he would only do it
his
with
way
Ryan
in.
Reynolds.
Well, of course. And that's what I'm thinking. Like, that will be his way in, as if Ryan Reynolds could be like, hey, come on, just one more. But
and with one line in this show, they merged them like bam. When what the actor, I forget what's her name. Anyway, when she says, "Hey, they recasted recasted Pietro."
Right.
I mean, that one line is bam. You just merged everything together with one fucking line.
Because she doesn't know him.
No.
She doesn't know that version of Quicksilver. But, and you know, Paul Bettany was saying that there's still one cameo left in the series, and everybody just estimates that it's going to be Doctor Strange, because this whole thing is practically a setup for the, what is his new movie called, Jeremy? The Multiverse of Madness.
Multiverse of Madness.
So I think he might be. I was saying that'd be cool if it'd be Michael Fassbender, because Magneto is technically the father of Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver in the comics. I don't know if they would ever bridge that, but that would be pretty amazing. If I may, there was something that I was saying about WandaVision, how Marvel has the amazing ability of diving deep in their canon of characters and just saying, you know, I'm not going to limit our movies or television series to like 3 or 4 characters. I'm going to make Wanda have a show and it be a hit. I'm going to have, you know, I always reference poor Ant-Man, picking on Ant-Man, but all these characters have a show or a movie coming out, and they're all hits because they're great storytellers. And my thought is that there was a bit of news that came out about J.J. Abrams adapting a new Superman movie, and I'm thinking, why are we doing? I love Superman. I don't get me wrong, he's one of my all-time favorites. Love Superman, but cinematically speaking, why are we doing this again? Even when Rob Pattinson's Batman was announced, I'm like, why are we doing another Batman? And then I watched that new television series, Superman and Lois. Did you see that by any chance, Chris? He's muted.
He's muted.
There you go.
No, I haven't watched it yet.
Yeah.
I've seen the trailers for it, but I haven't watched it yet.
It's okay. Visual effects, like that was my thing about WandaVision too, that I have to give it a claim for, was that it looks like a movie. Every episode looks like a piece of a movie, and it just looks great. So I'm thinking, how is something like The Flash and all of the CW DC shows going to compare to that? Because they all look like television shows, like lower budgets, lower special effects budgets. And here is WandaVision, looks just like a movie. Well, that's Superman and Lois. I don't know how long they're going to sustain that, but that first episode was shot really well. It looked kind of like Man of Steel and maybe not that big, but the visual effects are great. But my point of it is like DC has got some of the best characters, heroes and villains in comic book history, but yet we still keep going back to Superman and Batman. And I know they like to play it safe because I feel like they don't have a good enough writing team or creative department to generate better movies and television series. And you've seen how some of these have devolved, but I don't know. I'm just kind of, it's interesting that Calvin Ellis might be the Superman because, you got the black Superman, and Michael B. Jordan as Calvin Ellis might be awesome because he's already in tight with Warner Brothers with Creed. So that's cool. That's like the one thing I think would make Superman feel different, obviously. But then, people are going to be pissed. They're going to be like, Superman's not black. Why is he black? Well, Calvin Ellis is black, so it's okay. And he came out over 10 years ago. So it's not like he's just some new version of Superman, but
I think more people will be pissed off at the fact J.J. Abrams is producing a new Superman.
Yeah, they're like,
he is the Grim Reaper.
Yeah, they're like, did you not see what he did to Star Trek and Star Wars? Like, this doesn't seem to be good. I don't know.
Yeah, but what do they have to lose? Like, they're already dead. Like,
right.
I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I don't know. And we have a comment. They've renewed Superman and Lois for season 2. Wow, after one episode. I didn't
even see the ratings for the first episode.
But that's just the thing. For CW, they were probably pretty high in comparison to their other shows. So to them, that's a big hit. But man, we've got a Superman show, I'm just like, have y'all not ever heard of Deadman or Lobo or The Flash? Like, we still haven't even seen a Flash movie. But I don't know. That's just a personal qualm I have with them.
We'll see.
So what else y'all been watching?
Yeah. Well,
I'm done.
Are we done with WandaVision? Is there anything?
Yeah.
We got one more episode.
Yeah, we'll talk about it later.
We'll talk about it a little bit. But if you haven't watched it, hurry up. Hurry up. Okay. On to me. What I've been watching. The polar vortex has started me on a lot of new things. Sorry, Steven, I have taken a break from Buffy.
Damn it.
I think I did too much at one time and I got burnt out.
Probably.
So I'm taking a rest on Buffy, but I started. Oh crap, dude! It was crazy. I started season 1 of Superstore.
Oh yeah.
And I got through all 6 seasons in like a week. It was stupid. I don't know why. I don't know why.
It's those 20-minute sitcoms, man.
Yes.
You burn through them so easily.
So fast. But it's funny. I guess if you like those sitcoms that are like crude jokes and all that stuff, it's great. It was good to have on in the background while I was working at home.
Oh yeah.
That was the biggest thing. I don't have to really pay attention to it. So I did that. I also watched, still on Scandal. Let me tell you about Scandal. I've never hated a main character so much. She pisses me off, and it's every single episode. I'm like, look here, Olivia. Just stop doing stupid shit.
Is that
Please.
Kerry Washington?
Yes.
Isn't she the good guy? I thought she was the good guy.
She's supposed to be, but she's so stupid.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to give stuff away, but like she just makes some dumb decisions. she just makes some really stupid decisions. If you've ever seen Scandal, drop a like or something like that and tell me what you think about it. Because I don't know. Olivia Pope pisses me off. I'm just gonna leave it at that. Olivia Pope pisses me off, but it's whatever. It'll be fine. What else we've watched? Oh, okay, so this journey that Tasha and Maddox took this journey during the polar vortex. She comes to me and she goes, "Hey, I've never seen any of the Harry Potter movies. Let's attempt to watch them all as fast as we can." All right, let's do it. And so we did about 2 movies a day until we were done. And I was excited. I was super excited. I was like, oh, she's going to love it. And she's going to figure out it's not just this thing. And she's going to be all about it. When we're done, she goes, so that's Harry Potter? Oh, shit. And I'm like, wow.
I don't think Tosh is really the target demo for Harry Potter to begin with. But
I mean, but she was when it first started.
Sure.
Did she read any of the books?
Tasha don't read. I mean, she does read to like kids at school.
I was about to say, dude, she's a school teacher. You know she's got to read.
I know she does read, but she just reads to the kids at the school. She comes home and we're TV junkies, you know. Mm-hmm. But man, rewatching some of these, it's been a while since I've done a rewatch of all the movies. They're better than I thought. They're better than I remember.
I absolutely agree with that. Whenever I did my rewatch after our Universal trip, I was totally off on most of them. And I think a lot of it was because when they came out, we're in college and we're very young. And it's just like, Harry Potter isn't really so much, so much my thing. I love Lord of the Rings, but Harry Potter wasn't really something I was too into. But watching them now, I totally get it. It was so much better. And I don't know. I was just more excited about it because of the trip, because of going to Universal, and it really opened it up to me. But I agree. It's so much better than it was when I first watched them.
So this is your friend, Stephen Eifert.
Okay.
Those movies and books are so hard to sit through.
Which one? Twilight?
No,
I guess he means Harry Potter. I didn't read the books. I'm not about to read any of those books. Sonia's reading through them right now, but I thought the movies were really good.
I haven't read the books, but look right here.
Yeah, we got
our friend of ours, Misty. I've never read Harry Potter. She's an 8th grade teacher. Does she need to? Lord of the Rings, I would say yes.
I mean, yeah. I don't know.
Those are very long reads, though.
Lord of the Rings isn't too bad. They're broken up into 3. But Harry Potter,
Lord of the Rings is boring.
I thought you read all those, Jeremy.
I did, but they're boring.
So you're saying she should skip them? Okay.
If you want to hear Tolkien describe every leaf of every tree walking down the road,
so he's the
Stephen
King of Middle Earth. And Bo Kemp, my buddy Bo, he's like, I ended up loving Harry Potter, my kids. Yeah. I mean, I agree. I think also you see your kids taking a liking to it, and it just kind of opens it up a little bit more. But as far as reading, Misty,
now that's a book. Those are books.
And to be fair for her, her story isn't even completed yet because she says she's read Game of Thrones. So long books are okay. So she's read Game of Thrones, but then that story isn't finished because when is Martin releasing that last book, man?
Shit, one book, he still got 2 to write.
2? I thought it was just one more they were waiting on. I think everybody's going to read that.
There's The Winds of Winter, which he's finishing, and then A Dream of Spring, which is the final book, which will never come.
Man, he's going to die before that comes out. And it's funny because I'll bet a lot of people are going to go and read those last books because they want a more cohesive ending to the story that was taken from him.
We should reach out to him and say, hey, let the Screen Addicts write this last book.
Oh, yeah. How would you in Game of Thrones, Chris?
Everybody's nuclear bomb.
Right. The dragon fries them all. The dragon explodes. That's
we could have a whole episode on how we think that series should end.
Yeah.
I only thought the only logical way to end the entire thing was everybody dies. Somehow, some way, everybody dies.
You guys are speaking on this as if the final season of Game of Thrones wasn't television perfection already.
I thought it was amazing. All I have to say is hashtag Cam for John.
For John. No, he would be the first one I'd try. Man, I don't know, but it is interesting. Oh, that's one thing that I can give to Harry Potter was that the ending, I love the ending. I loved how it was wrapped up. It gives fans what they want to see, gives a great ending, nice little heartwarming epilogue. And there's nothing wrong with giving fan service.
And now there's more books, right?
Well, the Fantastic Beasts are set, I don't know how many years, like 50 years before Harry Potter's events took place, something like that. But those movies are good too. The first 2 are really good. Just maybe not to Johnny Depp, but but yeah, as far as that goes. Oh, and to kind of segue into something that giving a happy ending to a series or not pleasing the fans, Dexter, we're getting more Dexter coming back.
Absolutely.
So that's great.
And Jeremy shared a picture with us, and there's no beard.
No lumberjack.
No lumberjack.
Which is great.
So
I need to
rewatch. He has that maniacal look back on his face. It's wonderful.
Man, it's probably Jeremy's like screensaver and shit.
I think Jeremy just needs to excuse himself for a second. Just have the image going through his head.
And Michael C. Hall, he looked pretty good. And especially since he came back from cancer and all that stuff, like people forget about that. And I think that was but that's no excuse for how shitty the series ended up being. But I think that they're going to right the wrong. My best estimation for this final season of Dexter is that Miami Metro might find out that he's the Bay Harbor Butcher, because I remembered him and showrunner Scott Buck talking about that final season. When it came out, it was airing the same time that Breaking Bad's final season was airing. And not to give too many spoilers, but basically in the final season of Breaking Bad, the authorities found out that Walter White was Heisenberg, the crystal meth dealer of the blue crystals. And so he's kind of on the lam. He's kind of on the run. Everything's falling apart in his life. And they said, well, we don't want Dexter to end the same way Breaking Bad did, so we're going to switch it up. I'm like, well, you switched it up into a really shitty ending. So maybe they should have done that. So I think this final season's going to be that. They're going to figure out that he's the Bay Harbor Butcher, and that's going to be... he's going to be on the run. Oh, and Bo can't come again.
It's so funny, Bo. Like, I was thinking Dexter going to go out like Jax Teller, bro. Just
one of the worst series endings with Dexter than SOA. I wasn't so upset with Sons of Anarchy how it ended. I thought it was okay. It did seem a little odd the way that it did end, with Jax making the decision he did, and I don't know. That was a little weird. But yeah, and Bowie also says El Camino was good. Yes, the follow-up movie to Breaking Bad. Speaking of stuff that I watched, I finished Better Call Saul's last season, season 5. Man, that show is still consistently good. Are you still watching that, Jeremy, Better Call Saul?
I don't think I caught many of this last season.
Yeah, dude, it's so good. It's kind of become its own thing, but it will never be looked at as its own entity ever, because Breaking Bad is just such a polarizing series that Better Call Saul will always be in its shadow. And because they even make reference to Breaking Bad, even 5 seasons in, and it's not their fault. It's just the way that it is, and it's set up by design because Vince Gilligan, who created Breaking Bad, is doing Better Call Saul. But sorry, Chris, we're going off on.
No, you're good. That's really what I've been just binging, dude. Like, we binged Harry Potter, and then I've been looking back every.
I'm sorry. Which was your favorite Harry Potter? I gotta ask before.
Oh, the Goblet of Fire has always been my favorite.
Really? Number 4, huh?
Yeah.
You take that gillyweed?
That's right.
The gillyweed.
Jeremy smokes the gillyweed.
and the Cedric. That's.
Oh, yeah.
Cedric gets me, bro.
Not my Batman. I'm glad he died. I liked Voldemort. I thought he was great. Ray Fiennes' performance as Voldemort is like probably my favorite thing in that series.
Yeah.
Harry Potter. I love him. I love that guy. Sorry. So Goblet of Fire.
Goblet of Fire. And y'all's?
Azkaban. Prisoner of Azkaban.
Azkaban.
That's your favorite too? Nice. Deathly Hallows, the last one was good too. But
and it's funny to see how, and Tasha picked up on this, is how dark it gets.
Oh yeah,
from beginning to end. Like it gets super dark towards the end. And I think that's what kind of turned her off from it. Is like it got real dark. I was like, well, yeah. I mean,
he's fighting the Dark Lord.
He's a little evil, and he kind of took over there for a little bit.
Yeah, but
anyway, that's basically it, man. I've been trying to catch up on I'm caught up. I've been waiting for new episodes of Zoe's Extraordinary Playlist to come out, and I just read they were on break right now, and I'm like, you just came back from a break from a year. Have me some episodes, damn it.
That gives me an opportunity to watch them. I've heard so many great things about that show.
And the actress, I forget her name.
Jane Levy.
Yes, she was nominated for Best Actress in the TV series, comedy series. Nice. So hopefully that translates to I'm going to be getting more seasons of this show because it's really good, man. Okay. If you need to catch up on that, they're really quick episodes too. Steven, you can blow through it really quick.
You know I can.
Let's see. We have a question. Did you guys watch any of Lil Dicky, guys?
That sounds like one of your shows, Chris.
Never seen that, Little Dicky.
Bo, we request you refrain from such perverse programming on our.
This is a family-oriented show.
But send me a link.
Yes.
I'll watch it on my own damn time. No, I've never heard of that. Lil Dicky show? I've never heard of that.
Lil Dicky.
We're going to have to look that up because all three of us look like damn fools right now.
Yeah, we do.
Jeremy, get on your phone.
Screen Addicts badge taken away.
Yeah, start searching Lil Dicky Golden Globe.
Some Lil Dicky.
He may not like what you find.
Oh, he said it's on Hulu about the white rapper.
Oh, okay. I did see a little excerpt on my Hulu about it now that I think about it. I didn't know what it was about though. But no, don't be sorry. That's great.
No, not at all. Absolutely.
Because that's on us. We're gonna
watch it. Dude, I still haven't watched Letterkenny on Hulu yet. And I heard
I haven't either, dude. And people get mad at me.
Yeah, me too.
People get mad at me. And I'm like,
Like, I'm sorry, but I'm watching 1,000 other things that I didn't get around to going to Canada. Eh? But I heard that show is really good. But I like that. I'll have to.
All right, Steven, you got about 10 minutes, bro.
Yeah, man. Thanks a lot, guys. I only have like 50 things on here, but that's okay.
Get to it.
I'll get to it. Some of these were nominated for awards, like The Sound of Metal with Riz Ahmed. Amazing movie. And about the drummer of the punk rock band that goes deaf. He's having to recalibrate everything in his life. Oh, it was such a great performance by Riz Ahmed. Promising Young Woman, which Carey Mulligan was nominated Best Actress for, as a woman who takes, somewhat revenge on these men that like to bring home women that are inebriated and can't take care of themselves. And I don't know. It was a really dark movie. You want it dark, there you go. But I thought she was going to end up like murdering them, but it didn't really go that way. But her performance alone was definitely worth seeing. Speaking of great performances, there's a movie on Netflix called The Devil All the Time with what's his name?
Tom Holland.
Tom Holland. That movie is absolutely fantastic. It's set like in the late 1800s. No, when was it set, Jeremy? It starts in the like late 1800s and then it goes.
I still need to watch it.
It's so good, man. Not only is it dark, but it's so depressing, and you just want something good to happen for that kid. But I highly recommend it because the ending definitely pays itself off. Judas and the Black Messiah, which was another big nominated film at the Golden Globes. I watched that feature. So heavy, man. Such a heavy film. The acting was amazing. Lakeith Stanfield, I love that guy. I think he's such a great actor. But Daniel Kaluuya, he definitely earned his nomination for that movie. Much like you guys, Nomadland, don't have to talk about it because we already did.
No.
I Care a Lot, which was on the Netflix. Rosamund Pike is the insurance, or she's like a con artist that robs people out of their property. I mean, it was crazy. For the sake of time, I'm just gonna save some of these for later. But I will,
unless
say,
they're good. What do you? I mean,
well, they're all good, Chris. I don't.
Yes, you do. You watch Fat Ass Zombies,
and I watched. We already talked about Willy's Wonderland, but I did see a new television show called Bridge and Tunnel. And Edward Burns, I love my Edward Burns. He wrote and directed this show that's set in the 80s about these kids that live in New York, and just like a very Dazed and Confused-esque show. And so Sonia was like, I like Edward Burns. We should watch some of his movies. And I'm like, have you not seen The Brothers McMullen? She's the One. Sidewalks of New York? Any of these old like 90s Edward Burns movies? She's like, no. I'm like, well, then we'll watch them. So we watched the Ed Burns New York trilogy, as it were, and it was, they're great. I love those. Finished Better Call Saul. Oh, finished Curb Your Enthusiasm. Finally, we got through that last season. Funniest show on TV. One of the funniest shows on TV. One of the funniest shows, period. Absolutely love that series. Palm Springs on Hulu with Andy Samberg, where it's Groundhog Day, but with a couple. So that kind of made it a little bit better. And I'm going to finish this bad boy off with Where'd You Go, Bernadette? It's Richard Linklater's newest movie with Cate Blanchett, where she was a rising architect in the early 90s, but had kind of a mental breakdown and had a daughter. So she moved away from it and she's dealing with it. It's a great movie. Fantastic visual effect, or not visual effects, but just how it's shot. Just such a great movie. I'm surprised she didn't get any kind of accolades for that. I think she may have been nominated. She should have been. She was great. But for the sake of time, I'm going to stop it right there and save the rest for another episode.
Man,
and American Gods. That started again.
I like I've gotten through one season and that's it.
It's tough. Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of difficult to get through, I guess. It's an interesting show.
Once it reaches to, there's a certain part of the story that I just cannot get past. Like I get to it every time because when I started again, I was like, I got to start from the beginning to get this again. And I watch the same episodes, and then I get to this part of the storyline, and I'm like, I'm out.
Yeah.
Every time.
And I did start that series. Oh, Young Rock, the new show with The Rock.
God, dude.
That's a good show. I thought
it looks dumb as hell.
I mean, sure, but it's still good. I'm not saying it's going to win all the Emmys or anything, Chris. But yeah, I started that.
I have respect for The Rock. But god dang, dude, you don't have to fucking do everything.
Like
The Rock. Dwayne Johnson.
Yes. Okay. Sorry.
But damn, you don't have to do everything. Like,
apparently,
pull back on something, man. Like,
why would you wish that upon the world, Chris? That's so selfish of you. I want more Rock. I want old Rock.
He wants to be in everything. So why not?
I mean, obviously. Jesus.
And then I did start that. The Science of the Lambs spinoff series, Clarice. Man, I think it's such an interesting show as far as the fact that it's following up the Silence of the Lambs. It's like in between Silence of the Lambs and Hannibal. Mm-hmm. And they make no mention of Hannibal Lecter at all because they can't. The CBS doesn't have rights to it. So Buffalo Bill is kind of like their only reference point. And it's just kind of funny to think that that's all she would want to talk about is Buffalo Bill, whereas Hannibal Lecter is by far a more interesting character, arguably. But yeah, and Trevor Alonso, The Rock rules. Did you see that? That's what I'm talking about. Fans know. Our listening audience knows.
Hey, I have a comment over here on my watch party. It says,
all right, let's hear
from Nathan Barrett. It says, The Rock is so damn oversaturated. Boom.
Probably
not. And then we just got this one.
Don't hate on The Rock. A man that can be the Tooth Fairy in a pink tutu has a pass for anything in life. That is for sure. Man, because the game plan was actually cute. As far as family movies go, the game plan was really good. I remember Madison when she was little; she loved that movie. But yeah, the Tooth Fairy, that's a rough one.
That one's rough.
That's when it should have ended. Like, why the hell you make that movie? You shouldn't be allowed to make more movies after that, which I'm glad he did because there's some really good shit after that. But still.
Well, I think it was Fast and the Furious that really put him over the top. When he was in Fast 5.
No, that's Sylvester Stallone is over the top.
Oh,
I try to be like you. Come on.
I am impressed, flattered, and pissed that I didn't think of that first. Kudos, sir. Man, now I feel like watching Over the Top. You want to talk about a movie you could just watch, with ease. Man, what a feel-good hit.
It's got an awesome soundtrack.
Yeah, I was just singing that. When I take it all. Man, that's an awesome movie, man.
Terry Funk was in Over the Top. You're right.
Yes, he was. Stallone put his big ass through that window, that door. But yeah,
oh man,
let's have a episode where we just talk about Over the Top next time.
I'm down. Whenever. Maybe that may have to be a side episode.
Yeah. Like a Screen Addicts presents a watch along. We could just watch the whole thing.
Cue it up on our Tubi app and have a live stream.
There you go.
Of all the movies, Over the Top is the one. We have Trevor Alonso over here saying Over the Top ending theme was played at my wedding. Dude, if you're serious, you have my utmost respect.
No joke.
That is Is it that once? How does that song go? It's like dum bum 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 or something like it. Like has that. Jeremy, get to the Google, man. Why haven't you pulled up
Pull it up?
You'll look up the damn best actress nominee for 15 minutes, but you won't look up Over the Top. Man, if that's true, that's pretty awesome. I'll have to say
one of our other listeners that's listening right now asked if Trevor, did you turn your hat around after the kiss?
Yeah, before he said I do. It's like switch.
I hope his wife had a better haircut than the bull.
Right, bull early. Well, he didn't have any hair.
Yeah,
exactly.
It was a cue ball.
Man, that's awesome though. I love that.
Oh,
That's the kind of stuff we need. You know,
he's serious.
Okay, he confirmed it.
All right,
he confirmed it. That is awesome. What would if you could pick any movie theme song to be played at your wedding? Which one would it be?
I did.
Which one did you have?
Our me and Tasha's first dance wedding song was Top Gun Berlin.
Take My Breath Away.
Take My Breath Away. Yeah.
Okay.
You were there.
I wasn't at the wedding.
You were at the reception.
I was at the reception. Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's the reception.
Oh, that's when you did it?
Yeah.
I don't know. I was probably too busy taking all the shots with Jeremy in the back. But yeah, that's pretty good. What about you, Jeremy? What do you think would be the perfect first dance for a wedding?
Jeremy's would be Highway to Hell.
It may as well.
Hell's Bells. Like any AC/DC song.
Or Metallica. Any Metallica, that's Jeremy.
Now I'm trying to think what me and Dina's first dance
wasn't it
was
Metallica?
No,
but the string quartet.
She wouldn't allow that.
Well, she shouldn't. Any.
I was lucky to get a Metallica part of an instrumental during the seating of the guests.
Right.
That's all I got.
I can't even think of a film theme that would work. I don't even know. There's just so many.
I mean,
Send me an angel. Send me an angel from Rad. That's and Teen Wolf too. It appears in there too. And The Wizard. That song appeared in those 3 movies. I feel like it's just destiny.
Okay, look. Want to hear my friend Katie Parrish that's listening to us right now.
All right.
Her first dance song was Unchained Melody, Ghost.
Did she do like a pottery? Was she doing clay pottery right in the middle of the dance?
Probably not in her wedding dress. I'm just guessing.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah. And then she said, but her ceremony music was from Final Fantasy.
Oh, okay. Man, if anything,
that's pretty legit.
Yeah, I was about to say, like anything, the soundtracks to those games are pretty riveting. So that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Man, now this has turned into a what's good wedding music. There's another episode to pinpoint, Chris.
There we go. Just mark it. Somebody write it down. Jeez.
Jeremy, get to the Google.
I've read Nathan Bear said his the wedding music, he said it's easy. It has to be the intro to the Terminator. That's when the bride is walking down the aisle for the first time.
I mean, at least it wasn't like the Imperial March from Star Wars.
I mean, that's just as bad.
Yes. That's
it's just as good. I mean, that's right. Just as good.
The Terminator. That's a good. Brad Fidel's soundtrack for the Terminator is awesome. I love that music. Not to get like overly technical about it or anything, but I don't know. So when are you guys gonna want to do this again? Because it was kind of fun.
Yeah, I mean, it's like we've done this before.
Yeah, I'll be honest, at first it was a little rocky, as it usually is. We kind of eased back into the pool, but then it's like Justice League coming out. The pool was a pool of regeneration.
That's right.
And we came out wearing a black Superman suit. So 2 weeks.
I was about to say, 2 weeks. It can't come fast enough.
I will say, I don't know if we want to wait that long to do this again, but I know for a fact we're going to have a Justice League review for the Snyder Cut. I mean, it just has to happen. I think that should probably pinpoint when we're going to come back and do this again.
But, we did have an ice storm that knocked out my internet and my electricity for a good, and that's a little bit of excuse, but life is happening right now.
Mine was only out for an hour.
Shut up, Jeremy. I hate you. Steven's back in school. He's doing the school thing, so we don't want to have to record and make him fail a test because that would suck.
I do feel like Billy Madison, so yeah, that's cool.
Back to school. Back to school.
But yeah.
Well, fellas, it's been a blast, and we have come to our time for this episode. It was good to catch up.
Yeah.
It was definitely good to catch up, and it was good to do this again, man. I didn't realize how much I missed it, but I did. And we don't need to wait this long again, for sure. We have so much to talk about. And there's, the end of WandaVision's coming up. That we got to talk about that. Then the beginning of Falcon and the Winter Soldier is going to start.
2 weeks after WandaVision.
Yeah. And so we got some good stuff. And, Texas is open back up. So maybe theaters are going to open back up, which means movies are going to come back. Yeah. Maybe. We'll see.
Hopefully.
And then when that happens, my AMC, baby. Pew!
Yeah. The stocks. We'll all party. You didn't sell yet.
No, you want it to happen before that.
That's true.
Hold
the line,
man. Trading Places, the end scene never made more sense to me than after all these past few weeks.
I've watched Trading Places a couple times since all this shit started. I still don't understand what they're talking about.
As far as the trading issue and buying of stocks, I don't know how they do that in that movie. People are like, I want 5. So what's he writing on? I'm like, how do you even know what you're selling to who? But all that matters is that they end up on these giant yachts on the beach. So I guess
I want a yacht. I want to be on the beach.
They had the frozen orange crop report. So apparently we need that.
Hey, and I just want to say real quick, this episode has been brought to you by Sloshy.
Is that like a slushy for grown-ups?
So this is a margarita popsicle. Let me tell you, I've had dude, shut your face right now. I've had alcoholic popsicles before, and they've been okay. This bad boy right here is freaking amazing. Each one is 10% alcohol.
Oh my gosh,
dude! Really? I had like 12 of these Saturday, and I was like,
oh my God, where'd you get those at? Where'd you get those?
I know the guy that owns the place. They're not on market yet.
Fuck.
Going to. But Jeremy, if I ever get to see you, I have a case in my fridge.
Uh-oh. Slosh.
Oh, good.
I'll hook you up, man.
Oh, good. Yes, please do.
They're freaking amazing.
Just like the popsicles we had when we were kids.
Just like Mom made right before bedtime.
All right.
All right. But, guys, that does it for tonight. Thanks for joining us. Man, we've had a lot of fun. And thanks for comments. Thanks for people joining in the conversation. It's been really fun. Before I sign us off, any last words, guys? Any news? Anything?
No. Just like you said, back in school, learning about that computer stuff. Pretty cool.
Ooh.
What, Chris?
Well, somebody just, my friend Nathan just commented and said, we need to do a trivia episode with people. Steven is a trivia host master.
Yeah, there's our trivia host right there.
What do you mean? Like,
I'm sure he wouldn't want to do that again.
No, it's all good. So we ask questions upon the audience and they answer.
Yes, that would be fun.
That'd be kind of cool.
And you know what? We could person with the most posts. We could hand out some Screen Addicts.
Give him a sloshy.
Sweat. Oh yes.
Sloshy.
Jeremy's like, hey man, I had dibs.
That's my sloshy, damn it.
Anyway, I'm sorry. Go ahead. What was the last words?
That was
it. Good. All right, Jeremy, you good?
Actually, I got one thing.
Okay.
As everybody knows, Sam Raimi is directing Doctor Strange 2. And everybody also knows his buddy Bruce Campbell is probably going to have a cameo. Bruce Campbell sent out a tweet the other day. Boy, it was a blast working in a certain city with a certain director in a certain movie with a certain actor. It sure was. And that tweet was attached to the cityscape that Doctor Strange 2 is being shot in.
Nice. I mean, that should have been a given. He's in all of Raimi's movies.
So he said it without saying it.
Of course. He should be Ash in it.
And he's going to be the after credit scene.
Yeah.
And hell, he may show up just in the movie like he did in the Spider-Man movies.
I mean, he's going to cut off Doctor Strange's head. That's what's going to happen.
He should be Doctor Strange.
Ooh, let's do that with a chainsaw.
He should be like the janitor in the Sanctum Sanctorum.
That'll work.
I'll take it. Anyway, guys, thanks for joining us. I appreciate it. We appreciate it, and thanks for sticking in there with us. Since you're here, since you're listening, whether you're listening on just the audio or you're watching us, go ahead, hit subscribe, go ahead, hit follow, so you know exactly when we release new episodes or going live. If you're listening on Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, Google Play, iHeartRadio, Spotify, anywhere you can listen to a podcast, if you're listening to us there, thanks. And while you're here, go ahead and leave us a review if you can. 5 stars would be best because it helps us get seen a lot more in the search engines, and then that just helps us hopefully put out more content. If we see you're listening and you see you love us, we've got to give the people what they want. So since you're there, do all that for us if you don't mind. Follow us on the social medias, whether if it's on Facebook or Instagram, just search the Screen Addicts podcast. You'll be able to find us. And then on Facebook, go ahead and follow our private group. It's called the Screen Addicts Fanatics. And that is where we are most active. We're dropping trailers and memes and movie news and TV news and all the things right there. If you'll just join us there, it's a blast. It's a great community. We love everybody in there. And then if you're on Twitter, go ahead and search for the Screen_Addicts, and Addicts is spelled ADDICS. And then you also want to follow our local celebrity there, Jeremy. He has 15 million and 2 followers. Recently, the 2 has been Wolverine himself. So Jeremy's famous. Jeremy, what's that handle, buddy?
At Movie Man Marsh. And I got the Screen Addicts link tweet right there in my bio to it too. So follow me, and you can click right on my bio, and it goes right to the Screen Addicts page.
The path.
There it is. And then on Instagram, follow Steven. He's the man on the Insta. And TikTok.
Yeah.
And TikTok.
Yeah, we have a TikTok star.
I blow out those movie clips, dude. I don't know. It's crazy. People,
they blow up, man.
Yeah, man. They get a lot of views. It's weird.
Dude, there's a TikTok that you did that I want to do it and do it. And it's where you ask, show me a movie that you've cried at, I think is what you did.
Yeah.
I have the perfect one. I just have to do it. And I will soon, because you'll see which movie it is. And when you see it, you're gonna cry too. I already know it.
I believe it.
So anyway, follow Steven. Cinema Steve is your handle on all those?
Cinema_Steve.
There you go. Guys, thanks again for joining us. That does it for tonight. So as for me, good night.
Adios, amigos.
Good evening.